Breaking into the rap game takes a lot of work and luck, but it's always easier when you've got family in the industry. Everyone knows the Migos are related, but today, we're breaking down the biggest rappers you probably had no idea have blood ties. Let's jump right in. Dr. Dre is one of the most important dudes in rap history. He put the West Coast on the map in the 80s with NWA, then leveled up and started putting other artists on. Dre discovered Eminem, Snoop Dogg, and 50 Cent, and his own stepbrother is a West Coast legend too. Warren G blew up with Snoop and Nate Dogg in the 90s, but he already had connections in the industry through Dre. Their parents married in the 80s, and Dre got Warren into music when he taught him how to use a drum machine. After Warren introduced Snoop to Dre, it changed the entire game. They started working together, and that's when the West Coast sound really took over. Dre is definitely the most famous brother, but the rap game wouldn't be the same if Warren didn't link him up with Snoop and Nate Dogg. Instead of just working on their own careers, Dre and Warren both branched out and started getting money from other projects too. Neither one of them have dropped a solo project since 2015, but Dre became a billionaire with his Beats deal, and in 2019, Warren started his own brand of barbecue sauce. They aren't topping the charts like back in the day, but when you've had as big of an impact on the rap game as these two, there's no shame in kicking back and enjoying all the racks you stacked up. Cowboy is a Chicago rapper who blew up back in 2018 with the track Envy Me. He had been in the game for a little while and had some momentum in the city, but Envy Me took his career to the next level. Around the same time, King Von became one of the hottest new rappers in Chicago when he dropped the track Crazy Story. Cowboy and Von were both putting on for the city, and it turns out they're actually blood cousins. In 2020, Cowboy revealed that Von was his cousin, and they even linked up for the track Brand New. Cowboy had a rough come up in Chicago and lost a lot of people to violence and drug abuse, and Von's death had a major impact on him, and it definitely messed with his mental health, especially after his cousin passed away from ecstasy and his other cousin got shot in the head. Cowboy was actually supposed to be with Von on the night he died. He told Vlad TV that Von wanted to link up with him at the club, but Cowboy didn't feel like going out. He said that he wasn't trying to go to the club and that Von should come over after and hit up the studio at his house. Von said that Cal had no hoes at his crib, so he didn't want to come through. After Von died, everything going around online started to mess with Cowboy. He said everybody had their own depiction of what went down, and it was tough to see everything, so he had to turn his phone off for a while and relax. Cowboy tragically lost another cousin to the streets, but at least he's still around to carry Von's legacy on through his music. The entire rap game was shocked when the news broke that 21 Savage was born in London and not Atlanta. And that's not the only surprising thing about his life. In 2019, Savage was booked by ICE for having an expired visa, but the cops were allegedly after his cousin, Young Nudy. According to reports, Nudy and two other dudes were being investigated for gang activity, and 21 just got caught up in it because he was in the car with Nudy when they got pulled over. But their homie, DJ BJ, says that 21 was targeted by ICE. Nudy and 21 were in separate cars, and the Atlanta PD wasn't even involved. 21 and Nudy both posted bond and are free now, but they're still fighting the cases. Nudy popped off back in 2015 when 21 featured him on the track Air It Out, but he told Billboard that he's not just riding his cousin's wave, and he was making his own lane. After he did Air It Out with Savage, people just started rocking with him, and he doesn't ask Savage for anything, and he got his clout on his own. Having one of the biggest rappers in Atlanta as your cousin definitely helps. But Nudy wants to let everyone know he's his own artist. And it's obvious he has his own fan base because almost every track on his new album has over 1 million streams on Spotify. And that's without any features from his cousin, 21. Chief Keef became one of the biggest rappers in the game back in 2012 when he dropped Don't Like. A lot of dudes blow up and forget the people who were there in the beginning. But Keef put on for the whole family and signed his cousin Tato to his Glory Boys entertainment label. Being Keef's cousin helped Tato get into the rap game, but it almost got him killed too. In 2018, Tato's girlfriend, Cuban Doll, went on IG Live with her face all bruised up. According to rumors, Tato attacked her after she went live with 6ix9ine. Later, she hopped on social media and wrote, "I've been scared to speak out on the situation, but I refuse to continue to hurt in silence. This isn't the first or second or third time this has happened to me." Tato and 6ix9ine were sending shots back and forth, and Tato told him, "I kill people."
I told y'all, folks. I get money and kill people, folks.
You hear me? You hear me? You hear me?
I kill people.
Shut the not kill nobody.
Then Tato and Trippie Redd teased a 6ix9ine diss called I Kill People. 6ix9ine was also sending shots at Keef, and in June 2018, he paid his homie Kuda B $20K to take Keef out. Kuda caught Sosa outside his hotel in New York and started letting off shots, but luckily, Keef didn't get hit. 6ix9ine eventually flipped on Kuda and told the cops everything. He copped ordering the hit on Keith, but later that year, TMZ posted a video showing he allegedly put a bag on Tato's head too. In the video, Tato and 6ix9ine are arguing on the phone, and at one point, 6ix9ine hands the phone to someone else and tells his crew, "I got a 30-pack on him right now, bruh. Swear to God, I got a 30-pack. 30,000 cash right now." According to Adam 22 from No Jumper, Keith told him Kuda wasn't even trying to hit him. He says that Sosa DM'd him and said Kuda was just shooting in the air. So even if 6ix9ine had a hit out on Tato too, it doesn't sound like anyone was really trying to slide for him. Tato wasn't Keith's only family who made it in the rap game. His cousin Fredo Santana came up in Chicago around the same time as Sosa, and later they started Glory Boys Entertainment together. Fredo had his own lane, but he always gave Keith props for putting him and everyone else on. He told Be Real TV in 2015 that he respects Keith so much because Keith put 200 people on and gave him jobs, including Fredo. Fredo and Keith made it out of the trenches together, but unfortunately, Fredo's rough come up in Chicago left him with PTSD and he turned to drugs to cope. He was hospitalized in 2017 for a seizure, but he said it was from working too hard and not sleeping enough. Fredo had another seizure later that year that went through liver and kidney failure, and while he was recovering in the hospital, he tweeted, "I'm getting help. I might just go to rehab." Then a few months later, Fredo had another seizure that tragically killed him. It turns out that he had a heart disease on top of everything else going on, and it was just too much for his body to handle. Sosa mourned the loss on social media and wrote, "Love you, dude, forever. It was good to be able to hug you." Fredo had a lot of talent and survived growing up in Chicago, but unfortunately, he passed away before he could get the help he needed. PGF Nook is a Chicago rapper who blew up last year off the track What Up. He broke into the game when he racked up over 1 million views on his song But What Up is a certified hit that did even more numbers when Polo G hopped on the remix. It turns out that Nook and Polo are actually cousins through marriage. Nook told Audiomack, Polo really locked in with his city. When it comes down to really working with people that's upcoming, he always in the city doing it. I just started DMing him and shit, but he never would DM me back. Then his birthday comes and he on IG Live, drunk as hell, playing my song. Before the remix came out, Nook slapped his own homie PGF Sneak on live for dissing Polo. After he hit him, Nook said,
"You can't be doing that, bro. You gonna make a don't want to get on my song no more." Polo, shout me out. Shout out Polo. Tell him get on What Up, man. Let's do it.
Luckily, Polo decided to get on the track, even though Nook's homie dissed him. And now they've got a song together that already has over 20 million streams on Spotify. Nook and Polo didn't grow up in the same family, but they could do big things for the city if they keep linking up and dropping hits. Juicy J is a legend in Southern hip-hop. He blew up in the 90s with the group 3 6 Mafia, and eventually won a Grammy for the track It's Hard Out Here for a Pimp. But he's not the only dude from his family who made it in the industry. His brother Project Pat also made huge waves from Memphis. Pat was in prison on robbery charges when Juicy and 3 6 blew up, and when he came out, Jay helped him start popping off. He released Pat's debut album on his Hypnotized Minds label, and then Pat started hopping on 3 6 tracks too. Juicy J and Project Pat both had a lot of success in the 90s and early 2000s, but now they're both pretty much out of the spotlight. Pat hasn't dropped a project since 2017, and in 2020, Juicy J was released from his contract with Columbia. But even if they're not at the top of the game right now, Jay and Pat still had a massive impact on the industry.